Alright, so today we're gonna get the rooftop tent opened up and kind of just gotta clean it out a little bit and put my blankets back in there because it's taking up a bin that I'm gonna need later for the Arizona Off-Road Camping Expo, or Overland Off-Road Expo, something like that. Don't remember what. So let's get it opened up. First, I gotta get the truck moved into place. Oh, so sexy. So, down. So now we're gonna get this thing opened up. So we gotta take off 4 straps on the outside, then unzip it, and then there's 4 more straps, and then we'll be able to flip it open. But I'm gonna go ahead and get it opened. Like, it's red. I don't know how to edit. So let's get this thing open. Do it myself, Mom. If I ever lose a hand, I don't know how I would survive. 'Cause I can't do this at all. Right, there's one. Ignore the weird faces that I make while I do this. $2 8 hours later. It's a terrible accent. Not accent, impersonation. Yeah, my brain don't work no good today. 3. Oh, I'm weak. Shoulder's already dead. And 4. So instead of just flipping the straps over, I don't like doing that. I like to actually go to the other side and pull them down so they don't hit my fender, or not fender, my bedside. It's 1. Plus keeps them nice and safe. Not safe, neat. And it's a little windy out today. Alright, so I have my zipper a little tucked in right here, just so that way it doesn't flap back and forth and hit the cab of the truck. So send it down that way. It's hot out. Grab it again. So with corners, flip the little corner up, just makes it a lot easier trying to pull it around. And then at the end, it actually separates. So the canopy from that actually separates. And then go back to this side. Just bring the canopy up a little bit. Just enough to get it over the ladder. And for me, I have all of my not tent poles, my little window poles stashed right here. Since we're not really going to be needing those today, that's why I put them, in the bed. So now we just pull this over. So this actually completely slides off, but since we're just having the tent open temporarily, don't have to worry about it. So there's 1 strap. Ow! Just burned myself on the metal. It's 1. dos. Tres. Jesus, my shoulder is really dead. I am very weak. Now, you always want to make sure the ladder pins are unlocked so you can slide the ladder. It does have a 2-stage lockdown. So first of those 2 pins on that side, and then plus this, just keep the ladder from sliding back and forth while driving or transporting it, or just in general to keep it locked in. So now is the cool part where we actually flip it open. Well, camera overheated right when I went to go flip open the tent. So let's get back out there. That, and also reminded me to get some ice cold water. So now let's get the tent flipped open. Beep. So make sure when you're pulling it down, you don't hit the fender. Whip. Alright, so now this little bar is actually just a big U shape which keeps this canopy pushed out, and then there's a support bar that goes up from the top of it to the bottom that keeps this down and level, but we're not going to be putting that on since I'm only having the tent up for a few minutes today. Well, not a few minutes, probably about an hour. But just pull this canopy out.
This is a bad idea.
Oh, the first second. So this is actually where the support bar would go. It would just clip onto here, run up top, and there's a little flap that it connects onto in there. But this is what it looks like, all opened up. Actually, I take it back. We're gonna go ahead and go and put the windows up because I just want to get everything, make sure everything is good. All right, nah, take it back. So I'm really just putting blankets in there and then folding it back up. Let's go take a tour. Welcome to MTV Cribs. This is, I'm completely kidding. So what these bungees do, it actually pulls the tent canvas in together. So when it folds up, the sides are nice and clean. And the only big mess you have to worry about is this top canvas. But in that's a ladder that pops out. That's essentially another door, but there's no ladder that goes down, just the side of the truck. But it's a big window, and then two, I call them star viewing windows. One up there, so it's a net, and then there's actually a rain cover, or a rain flap that opens up, plus this canopy actually comes off, so during the summer when it's real hot, You can actually take off the big rain fly and then be able to see through the top of the. That's another window, but that comes out at the side of the truck, so I can't fully get that window open, so I'm only able to prop up one of them. Other than that, it has little pockets for miscellaneous gear, drugs if you're trying to hide. I'm kidding, no, not that. No, that one just has a little paracord to tie down these ends to keep the canvas tight. Because there was one time where I didn't tie this down and it was flapping very lightly, where it sounded like something was walking around the shrubs around me. It scared the crap out of me. Did not sleep at all that night. And then that's also the night where one of the, so this part of the bed is actually completely floating. So it's only held up by the ladder and then bolted to, with 2 bolts to the hinge, 2 bolts on each side. And one of the bolts came undone and the whole bed shifted down and scared the crap out of me because I was in it trying to sleep. But it's essentially, this bolt came out and the whole bed kind of shifted down, and yeah, it was not a good time. But the blankets that we're putting in are some that I stole from my father. Not stole, tactically acquired. Not this one. That's just can't. These ones. Booby. Real thin, real lightweight, but they're very comfy. They're very lightweight. No. Stop. Very lightweight, but they get very warm, and that's why they're the best. Okay. Plus, they're perfect for camping because very thin, and really like 4 of them will do the trick. Plus they fold, like I said, they fold up nice and neat. So I'm gonna go through and put those in, and then I'll show you some more stuff about the truck. All right, so we got everything put in there. So it's just my blankets and my sleeping bag. Not much, but folds up nice and neat, which makes it a lot easier. Less things to carry externally. But let me go ahead, drop down the bug net. And we're gonna get this thing closed up. So now we're gonna do everything in reverse. Weep. And just like that, it's all done. So we'll do a quick walk around just so you guys can see what's going on. So I have some Baja Squadron, or not Squadrons, Baja Design S2 Sports with a flood lens on the rear, one on each side. So at night, when either I have somebody following me, or I'm just reversing and just want to use the rear view mirrors, or the backup camera, this lights up the whole rear end so I can see pretty well. Nothing suspension wise besides 265, 65, 16 mud tires. They're the Ironman OpenCountry MTs. I think I said mud tire. Blacked out tint. So these are the Baja Squadron S2. No, Jesus. Baja Squadron Sports with the combo lens, so 2 spot, 2 flood for the front, and then the Dobinson Snorkel with the Canon drop-in filter. I'm running an ARB Dual Air Compressor underneath with the sponsored by Wifey Air kit, and so I'll get that popped open so you guys can see how that looks. I did recently break my gauge though because I decided to be sorry, this hood is very heavy. Took off the pressure relief valve and ended up breaking my gauge because the compressor malfunctioned because the relays aren't waterproofed. So one of the compressors fused on, or was fused and stayed on, and so one compressor kept running and running and running and building pressure and ended up breaking my gauge. So right now there's no air in the system. Okay, now there's no air in the system. As you think that it's at 30 psi because I swapped out my pressure relief valve for an air chuck, but I need to go back and put that back on. But yeah, this allows for as a purge valve slash air down valve, so I can actually hook up all my tires and air down from that. And then in each wheel well there's a quick disconnect for some air lines that I have that clip there and then clip onto the tire stem, and then I can air up and down all 4 tires at once, which it's pretty handy. And that's really about it for the mods. 1 second. Ooga. That's really about it. Pretty much what you guys see on the outside is what it is, besides a CB setup and siren slash intercom setup, so I can try to get people's attention while off-roading, or if I need to help someone have a siren while I'm off-roading. But other than that, that's my build, so thanks for watching.